Tonight's key speaker, Carrie Palmer, world-famous crisis management leader. Thank you everyone for attending the mandatory Weinstein Company briefing. We are looking over what we've done in the last year or so and what we can learn from it. The things that were done right, the things that were done wrong, and the things that ultimately led to the outcome we find ourselves in today. Where over a dozen or so young ladies accused our CEO of unexcusable behavior. The one who once led us is now lost himself. I would love nothing more than to go back in time before all this happened, so we can reevaluate the way we were thinking and doing and practicing our business, so that way we could possibly prevent any missteps or falls to where we are now. We would go back in time and we would pay attention to the small things, the things that look like they wouldn't be an issue. That way that we can prevent them from becoming a big, out-of-control issue and avoiding such crisis as this. Generally speaking, we're reevaluating our priorities. Instead of just making the CEO and founders more important than anyone else, we're making everyone equal and placing the equal focus on all areas of the business from HR to accounting and then some. No longer is one person making the decision of many, because together we can ensure that those who once benefited from us and our success will continue to receive benefits from that and not have to suffer the outcome of a negative crisis. We have to work together in order for all of us to ensure the future of the firm and ensure that things that happened in the past are reevaluated to prevent them from happening. In our film and TV industry, we do things a little differently, so why should our crisis plan be any different? We want to be sure that we're more active than inactive. We want to make sure that our internal communication is transparent and continuous without waiting for something to happen. We're going to be communicating more often in more ways through websites, text messages, and updates, and emails and invoice messages and so on and so forth, and making sure that that message continues on throughout our external communication as well, throughout our vendors and suppliers, because we want to be preventative. We want to prevent this from happening, and the only way we can be preventing it from happening is for communicating together, noticing things, talking about things, discussing things. And the way that we do this is that we prepare, we practice and practice and practice. We do table experiences and drills and so on and so forth, so that way new people who come in are aware of the situation. They don't have to rely on one person, because if that one person is not there, we don't want to have another crisis on our hands. We want to be sure that we're reacting, but reacting appropriately. We don't want to be blaming anyone or shifting the blame or making excuses. We're no longer making excuses. It is unwise to make excuses. What is wise is to make sure that your action is positive and upbeat and that there's a plan. People don't want just an apology. They want to have an apology, an acknowledgement, and then also what you're going to do. And what we're going to do is we're going to treat our business like we would our own home. We're going to take this internally and make it as though we're going to treat other people the way we want to be treated, kind of like the golden rule. Because what we're happening right now is that the golden rule is broken and we're having to do some rehab. We're having to rehabilitate the business, reevaluate it, reconstruct the inner workings of it so we can consider everyone equal, evaluate every person. We want to evaluate. We consider all associates and all employees equal, from the top down and from the bottom up. We want to make sure that we're communicating and that those people who work in one area communicate with those in the other area. We're all equal and we all need to communicate as such and be aware of the things around us. What we've given you today are just tools. They're not memorandums, and quite frankly, there's no such thing as a perfect crisis management plan, because once you put people in it, it becomes imperfect. There's no one surefire way, no template that all companies and industries can use, because once you put a person in it, we as human beings have proven that we can't do things without messing it up. We're capable of messing it up better than we are of being 100% successful. And so for that, use this tool. Use it to encourage those around you, to ensure that in time, in this bleak, dark industry, we can sometimes see the light. Thank you. I hope you've enjoyed your short brief with us, and I hope that you can go about your business and communicate more, be aware of what's around you. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, please send them my way. I know that I've learned a great deal from you all, and I've learned that it takes a lot to get anything done, and it's not just one person, it's the whole entire team. And as much as I like to communicate, there's always room for more communication. And so for that, I know that I'm going to apply a lot of this that I've learned in crisis management to my day-to-day activities, and in many ways I will change the way in which I process and evaluate crises in my own endeavors and those around me. So thank you very much, Mr. Lincoln. Have a great night.